Hi, Bob here from Silver Fox Fitness, and welcome to circuit training for seniors. Circuit training is when you do different exercises in different locations. Today we're going to do 5 exercises in 5 different locations around my house. So we will be outside. You can do these locations or these exercises in your house, in the park, anywhere you want. But I've chosen to do them outside because it's a lovely day and my garden is in bloom. The first location in the circuit training is called the coneflower. This tall, yellow flowered cutlery plant takes about 2 months to get that tall, but it'll get even taller before the summer's out. And it's a beautiful display of color, and the bees love it. So I'm going to call this first exercise the coneflower one leg. I'm going to take my little shoes off there, feel the grass, and I'm going to stand with my best posture possible and lift my knee up as high as I can. Grab a hold of my knee and pull it in. Then grab my ankle and pull it up. Then straighten my leg out to the side and bring it across the front of my body. Bring it back and put it down. Let's try the other side. Bring the knee up with the leg, pull it in, grab the ankle, lift it up, straighten the leg, and bring it across the body and down. Other side, up. Pull the leg in at the knee, grab the ankle and lift it up, straighten the leg, and pull it straight across the front of my body and down. Up goes the leg, pull the leg into the hip at the knee, grab the ankle, lift it up, straighten the leg, and bring it across the front of my body and down. One more time on this side. Leg comes up, hold on to the knee, pull it in, grab the ankle, lift it up, straighten the leg, pull it straight across the front of my body, back and down. The coneflower one leg. The second location in our circuit is at the rain barrel. I collect water and use it for my plants, and it really helps with my water bill. So I'm going to call this exercise the rain barrel squat. So standing with my feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing straight ahead, best posture possible. As I lower my hips, keeping my back straight, looking straight ahead, I raise my hands up until I can go as low as possible. I hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then as I come back up, my arms go behind me, stand up nice and tall, arms way back, and lean back and have a look at the beautiful blue sky. And then down again I go very slowly, arms come to the front, bend my legs at the knees, look straight ahead, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly come back up, don't rush it. Arms go back, palms up, head up to the sky, and we'll do it one more time. The low squat into a cobra. Call it the rain barrel squat. The third location in the circuit is at this large boulder placed here by the glaciers millions of years ago. It's known as a radical. So we're going to call this the 3 radical presses. So I've taken 2 stones from my garden, not too heavy, standing in my best posture possible, up by my radical, and I just slowly push the rock straight up overhead. Briefly hold it there, Come back down to where I started. Bring the rocks together with my forearms and my elbows. Slowly come apart. That's a pec press or a chest press. And then slowly do a forearm dip with a little bit of a squat. So my arms are parallel to the floor. Come back up. Push overhead. Overhead press, good for my shoulders. Back down to the beginning goal post position. Bring the forearms together. These are light rocks, maybe a 1 or 2 pounds each. Into the third press, which is the forearm press with a little squat. Back up one more time, straight up overhead. I love my big radical rock. If I move, I'm going to take it with me. And the forearm press into a low squat, but not too low. Back up. The fourth location in our circuit is under the mulberry tree. This tree's been here ever since I moved in, which is over 35 years ago. I trim it constantly because as the spring and summer progresses, the branches come right down to the driveway and to the steps. It's a great shade tree and very, very healthy. A weeping mulberry. So I'm going to call the exercise the mulberry neck stretch. So as I'm seated here in a nice comfortable position, my head is in neutral. That means my chin isn't up, my chin isn't down, my chin is on a ledge, an invisible ledge, and it's in neutral. So I'm going to slowly turn it one way as far as I can go. The whole head gets turned. This neck stretch will really help your trapezius muscles coming from your shoulders up into your neck. And then slowly come back to center, wait briefly, and then go to the other side as far as I can go. Keep the head in neutral, keep the chin on the ledge. Briefly hold it there, come back to center. Everything done very slowly. Look up, raise the chin up, put the head back. Look at the mulberry tree. And then slowly, don't rush it, bring it down to neutral and then put your chin on the chest. Your head comes forward and down. Look at your beautiful steps or your beautiful floor, wherever you happen to be. Head comes into neutral. Let's do it one more time, the reverse. So I'm going to look down first. Just sit in neutral. Relax. Don't slouch though. Head comes up and then goes all the way up. Chin up, head back. Mulberry tree. Back down to the start position. Go one way as far as you can. Hold it. And then slowly back to center and then the other way. And back to center. Want to do it one more time? Okay, let's go. One side. Slowly back to center, other side. Hold it there. Back to center, up. High mulberry tree. Back to center and down, chin to chest. Back to center. The last spot in our circuit today is under the pine tree. This is a white pine tree, and it's famous in our part of the world for its healing power. the resin or the sap from this tree can be put on top of the body to heal anything that you might have wrong with you, or it can be taken internally. I wouldn't just scrape the sap off of it and eat it. I would talk to maybe a healthcare person before I did that. But as far as taking the sap and rubbing it on a cut or a rash or something on the outside of your body, I don't think you'll have any problems with that. But research has shown in the last few years that there is a sort of a magical effect that being near the white pine tree for a few minutes, a few times a week, the chemicals that the pine tree give off into the air, and you breathe them in, help fight the cancer cells in your body that are not desirable. So we're going to call this exercise the 90-90 stretch at the white pine tree. And so I'm going to sit with my legs apart, up nice and tall, and I'm going to lean forward by hinging at the hips so that my upper body is between my legs. My head is in neutral. I can put my arms, my hands anywhere I want, as long as my upper body from my tailbone to the top of my head are down in between my legs. And I'm going to hold that stretch for approximately 30 seconds. It would be more beneficial if I held the stretch longer, but for today's video purposes, I'll just hold it for 30 seconds. That's about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to slowly sit back up, and then I'm going to lean over again, except this time I'm going to lean over my leg. Doesn't matter which leg, we have to do both sides. So I take my upper body and I hinge over top of my leg, taking my torso and bringing it close to my thigh. Doesn't matter what I do with my arms. Just keep your head in neutral and hold it in this position for approximately 30 seconds. Okay? And then I come back up. And before I do the other side, I should say to you that the angle between my leg here and my hip, my upper body, is 90 degrees. It's 90 degrees at the knee. It's 90 degrees at the ankle. All right, so here I am sitting up straight. I'm going to go and hinge over top of this leg, bringing my torso close to my thigh and holding it for 30 seconds. Right, so I was in the middle, then I went over top of the one thigh and now the second thigh, and then I'm going to come back up. And then I'm going to hinge in between my leg and my shoulder on this side. I'm going to hinge sideways over. I'm twisting a little bit, but I'm hinging over. This is as far as I can go. Everybody's different. I hold that for 30 seconds. That's about 30 seconds, right? Of course, you're going to do this on your own, this 90-90 underneath the pine tree, or the 90-90 this side, by the way, between the leg and the shoulder on this side. Hinge as far down as you can go. Keep the feet flat on the ground. So this is the 90-90 stretch. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. Do them in any order you want. Hold them for at least 30 seconds. And be close to a white pine tree. If you live in Ontario, Canada. There's a tree out there, by the way, that'll do the same thing no matter where you live. You just have to find the right tree. This is for people that live in Ontario, wherever you can find a white pine tree. All right? And that's the 90-90 stretch.